Abundantly clear is that the 10 years of APC misrule and economic mismanagement has definitely created considerable suffering for the people of this country. From Kamakwie to Pujehu, from Kono to Freetown, and everywhere, people are suffering under the weight of corruption and the mismanagement of the All People's Congress. I have seen it at first hand, from Falaba to Kedima and from Kailan to Putloko. The people want change. The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000 from only 60,000 in 2007. The people want democratic change to end their suffering.
When you listen to people who want to rule a country without clear understanding of how the country's economy works, what the sectors are important for the economy, what policies are necessary to improve on the economy.
Because you're not going to know where they're outside. Now, where you can't inside, now you know the actual nature, the magnitude, enormity of the problem, and then you manifesto things that you get for tweak them, adjust them, for make you able to tackle them problems. Then
what is now abundantly clear is that
in Japan, where they send a salon delegation this, they not agree for me we enter the hotel because they say we get debt today. And then I mean the first time we had a good day. Now that I inherit. Where everybody don't go inside, me not be still able because I be needful. Ask me with all my delegation, pay for the hotel bill where they be done left day, I don't even know which year. Before me they allow for before then they allow me for enter day. Then kind national disgrace then they it don't make Salome man don't lost in self-esteem. Today, Sierra Leone is viewed differently around the world.
Can you imagine a president enlightened, he saying go Japan, where he reach the hotel, then they say, well, buddy, you government not pay where to, you know, come on. This is a joke. This is a joke. You and I, if you're ready for Cal London today, now when you Cal London, now you can't find your hotel, that's it to go sleep. This guy for not booking hotel, but don't tell us, no, we don't accept you now because you still owe it. But you can lie, then can lie there. Say that when you reach that hotel, then they tell you, say, no, you last government they owe you. No, seriously, Juma, you know, I make with the question you ask me, say if we want to give Madam back another chance, if Salon people they do then they sign a death warrant.
That's like cash box. One social media commentator will put more inside this particular talk on the Japan trip of the caretaker. The African Express not waste any time. They go back to the archive and then what they do? They pull all the list of the visitors them we don't go to Japan and the one them we don't come inside Sierra Leone from Japan. The African Express not up there. Then go before and talk say this trip where caretaker build the talk say e go pay debt for the last government in Japan. In SSF care go about $270,000. Let me read this thing for you. Then say President Madabio still withdraw about $270,000 from the National Treasury for his 5-day trip to Japan in 2019. $91,601 per diem for himself and $36,587 for his wife, even though they were both traveling together. This is also despite the fact that the logistics and protocol for his visit had been arranged by the host government, that's not Japan. This now the list of the money them where they withdraw. And they show all the list and transaction of the money them where they withdraw. This again don't draw plenty people their attention. Femi Claudius Cole, the leader for the Unity Party, they get a different angle where it take concerning the caretaker in Japan trip. And waiting in as a leader of your party be the expect from the caretaker.
Okay, I want to talk in the common sense. Because let me tell you something. If me a president of Sierra Leone, I get opportunity. You know how far 98.1 they go? That is probably one of the most listened to morning shows in Sierra Leone. Me get that kind of audience there for talk to me people there. I know they can't talk, but that's why I go pay. Not that's why I go pay the money you. Not for that way where I go pay. Now you know the questions. They're asking you questions where the public would like to ask you. And you have an opportunity for talk to me. You they tell me what that's where you go pay. I mean, how simplistic is that? What did you get from Japan? Now you know the question. What in Japan they can do for we? And who stay with the left for what can the one world? They spend money, they bigger. When?
He said we not for disconnect because it clean the image of the country where it can go so.
Okay, well, do so now. It don't clean where do now.
Fambolona kusha and nona adu. We are don't come back today for can't talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet yards alone. Now we own. Whoa, we left for do them bad things then. We they feel a most alone. Now we own. Whoa, we are. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want to make we had go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want to make we had go before.
Family una kusha again inside this one big family house and una cabo every day where we can see them who open this family house indoor. We always give you this greeting. That's for tell you say every day na a new day and every day them people there I mean this particular government owner called the power. Well, then they give it in there for talk and they give it in there for come present owner and that's the make we get other people that we're concerned about the country in go on before we're concerned about the well-being of that poor mommy, that pauper where they in that village say they say don't enough for help with this particular talk for enlightening on the things them where they go on. Well, I can always tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But inside caretaker bio in your own time of ruling, the bad and the ugly don't overcome the good. That make everybody don't this gone today in the country. Well, we pray if really people them this gone to for true the time don't reach where we they see and no say Salon people them this gun tool inside the ballot box.
Well, for sake of that, you get lots of people them, politicians, Sierra Leonean, they were just concerned where every day then they come with suggestion of how they want to see we country. Well, today we get inside the program for the first time. One party where they call Renip. Renip basically means republic. Let's just go through the name again so we could get them very well. Well, Renip, according to what in the Renip mean, it means Republic National Independent Party, Renip. Well, this party, not a new party, they don't take part by election, but this time around they get new idea where they want for present to we the people of the country. The person where they head this party, in name na Beresford Victor Williams, in the leader and chairman for this party where they call Renip, Republic National Independent. Republic National Independent Party, Renip. And they come for tell we because it don't make one call to all Salon people, especially the one that we get unpan the election business. It say it call on people on the government, on the electoral management body them for let them see reason for postpone the 2023 election. Well, it give small thing and not to just that, to it as well call for waiting and call unity government. He say because let's just give exactly waiting exactly he say. He say it a call for unity government for make them go able for save Salon from waiting he call economic calamity. So he say this now one way where we came for save the country, but we not going for give meaning or sense or taste into waiting it mean until we hear it from save where it go tell we bit by bit waiting exactly it means. So it is with we inside the program today. Follow me rub out on this issue where of course it don't pitch out in the and not to just that we get for talk about different issues that we get for do with the how the country they go right now as a politician, how he intend, if he get the opportunity for change, the scenario of waiting to happen. So let me use this opportunity, for welcome now the program, Mr. Beresford Victor Williams. Welcome to the show. Weird. Mr. Williams?
Yeah, thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yeah, so this now we yard, we actually get we on different way how we present program as you can hear our opinion now. And also ever done then a program within the opinion so.
No, I mean the opening is quite good anyway. Yes, because they are so for digest few of the topic they want to present, especially to the main political parties them, and as well as they when they were responsible for monitors and conduct the election.
Okay.
Because this
so
election
we can't for talk about that the good one. We just want for let people and see you and hear you no more, So of course, so if that could be just way of saying hello to Fambulem.
Yeah, mi family una good evening. Una kushe usa una the any partner the world. Una kabo.
I like that. Any partner the world.
All right, family members, this now you family house what we yard the way they talk about everything inside Mama Salon. Well, we yard with a shout for people as long as would that get team for talk we concern the country. As well, how they bring una new people now so we get people well, I'm not gonna say that old people inside this family house. Una no say we get mama them, we get grandpa them, we get uncle them, we get brother them. But some people can call this particular person the mommy. I always tell you say this woman not a mommy for me because the way and manner how in the annual leontin them, I don't get a mind for call her mommy. Only for mama's sake, if I think small, I go say mama. I not go say the mommy. Well, Fambulem long term, I already asked for this woman. I repeat, not to mommy for me, this woman. Today, we check with them for bring them back as plenty things that don't happen at Mama Salomon and no year we bring them now this host for make you can talk to now. Well, make the woman introduce himself before me go call her the mommy like how they call him.
Okay, you mute. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Pambula, una good evening. Me na Femi Claudius School, leader Unity Party. And COP, no left COP, chairperson for COP as well.
All right, so now the two people today, okay, I think the man is still Boku, but where you minus with two, is we get fine collaboration. One man,
Perfect.
One woman, ain't so but minus with two.
Man.
Behave as if you they live now so at all. If I not see there. Well, I don't know if something okay. Bring Amina inside for can take over the floor. So it will take over.
No balance the equation.
Well, if Amina can inside, means say me the minus myself. I go out. Then Amina ain't go take over. Then it be 1-1-1-1. Anyway, so on a more serious note, yes, let me go now quickly. And begin watch the issue them. The policy way actually we will talk about just the way pitch a very good idea according to them. Now Mr. Beresford Victor Williams, we now the leader for Renip. It we inside the program as you do already again, but we're not wasting any more time because we get a longer way for go. Mr. Williams, sorry if I had the mistake, Mr. Taylor. You and the boss in a bank, Beresford Taylor, we not be one time, boss, you not get the same. So if I mistake there, forgive me,
No worries.
All right, Mr. Williams, stay with me inside the program. Normally, how the format can go, where we don't interview you, don't at some point we can talk with the public, so we can get how they call them phone call. So no worry, yes, so they're not the cost here at all, any cost here. So no worry, but the only thing we allow people to ask questions and make them comments or suggestion as well. Yeah, so no scared for anybody with the cost. They're not the cost now. We don't establish that long ago. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, great. So we'll go now, waiting come with the idea. I'll start with this thing straight off. You say, let them postpone the election. You call for let them postpone the 2023 election until they fix the economy. Waiting come with this idea.
Well, if you look currently, Sierra Leone from between 2018 to 2023, we don't get a massive level of inflation at the rate of 150%, when are one of the highest in the world. So in context, if you may get $100, 2018, it may worth roughly about 7 million yuan. But now for $100, it's still worth you roughly about 23,000. So the rate of inflation, if you then equate that, then that's where we come up with the amount. Because during this election tenure, so now from the consolidated funds that they don't get for take money for run the election. And we also get some money where they come back from some partners, donors them, where then we make a contribution. If you calculate everything, then go spend anything up to 60 million. We know say currently they don't already spend about 100 million, 10 million of that. This was so now where they mean print the ID card and some other cost and women in the house and the public domain. So if you look all this amount of money we spend, now like a revolting door. So between the two big party them. So what do they call for? We call for a unity government. So a unity government now also you bring all the key personnel them because everybody got different methods we go come. But one of the things we they propose now the hybrid economic system. The hybrid economic system now a system we work in conjunction with the private sector. And then the hybrid, they pick off the slack. So the youth that will not get jobs, then we go able to create jobs for them and able to give them what we call the needs. So they're not there in education or training.
Pardon me, let's ask this
part
question.
Of that, yes. So part
you
of
say you say for Kawit, people inside. You mean say people from different political party them?
Well, a unity government, get for come all the political parties they will register, they all get for come together, and then we create a unity government. And that unity government, they now one it embrace the country as one because we see the level of violence currently within the country, where nobody simply say they don't know about that. And we see innocent law enforcing officers them and they kill them. We see what happened last time again around that August then, the riot women day. Even today now they simply say something again don't happen na bo where we don't know it correctly. So what do they try for do at the moment and for create this unity government again make we all are Sierra Leoneans. We no need for the go back and forth. Say well because Mina South, Mina North, so now this will happen. But with the unity government now we can implement a strategic policies then we can last for 15, 20 years, up to 100 years if we get them right. You take country like a France, you take country like a Britain, you take country like a China, you take country like an India. This is a policy where it is above all political party itself. It can't benefit the people and the country. But if we know they make strategic planning for development, sustainability development, we go still go around this revolving door. So that like a one turn after the other. So when we call for a postponement, my 5 years postponement, we get a unity government.
You say 5 years with them for just set this unity government for 5 years.
For 5 years.
So starting from the day where they go say election, when June 24, for example, then cancel election and say let's form this unity government, and this government go last for 5 years.
Correct. Yes. The current government then time done. So then get for left. So when we create a unity government itself, you got all the political parties, they all come together as one. And with that, then be able to develop a sustainability development for the country by either one implementing the hybrid economic system to do proper planning where be able to benefit not just the selected few but the entire country. We take for example now in Sierra Leone, they say they look for investors. We don't need investors. We need partners, business partners then. And business partner now, who side would they collaborate? Would they share the ideas? We come together, we take some risk. Those other people themselves come together and they take some risk. And then we share the level of expertise and the wealth that the country will spread back against towards all the people. Yes, it sounds something, but let's take now, for example, in a context. 2020, we get an election. What benefits the country? Nothing in itself. So if we take that time there,
in other words, you try for say this government not benefit the country in no way.
Well, what you simply say is that they're not able to create a full diverse. a full, diverse sustainability growth.
Okay,
You know,
la read
so-
exactly what in there. Pardon me, I go try for put her into Creole for let people understand. Something I'm not go do and find. So you go come in. Now that's me can ask you a question, okay? According to you, you say you call for unity government for safe salon for safe salon from what you refer to as economic calamity when a problem with the economy they face, senti? You say
Yes.
salon currently they face one kind of inflation where nobody know for control. They say boku rise in inside what we call unemployment, work no day for people them. You as well see say the price for food them just they go up just like that, and they get within a called shortage of money no they couple no they at all in the country. You as well say the economy it just to go down, it melts down, it just they go down to nothing, to dust. You as well the try for say he say which has inevitably reduce. Same way, so it don't reduce the kind of way how the people and the able for buy, the poor people and the able for buy things them in the market. And you know, look at all of them things they are. And if we back up this with some other, you know, I call this thing statistics, data them, you could even tell you say, for example, World Food Program can tell you say we don't the poverty and people or food insecurity don't 4 times, poverty don't 4 times past high in the 2018. Then we even tell you say pan poverty we don't see that number the number 2 position per the country the way poppers all na the world. We na number 2 where they begin count. This country po 1, number 2 na salon. Okay, and then when you come back by currency na Africa, where you begin count by the worst currency, then na 1, number 2 na salon. You look at all of them things there, you sure say this na the right method for able for do all of them there for elevate we from that kind of bad record they would get.
Well, what you would propose now, that one they go actually helps, because when they look into the economy itself, not to just the formidable side say, okay, well, we'll change a regime, then we do this one. So, but when you look from the economic perspective, and then you look on the development side as well, they combine them together. So if we get a group of people, including economists, including financials, including leaders, including managers, we're able to implement a full structure in Sierra Leone, we can able to eliminate most of them problem there. So what to make I say so? If you take a country like say for example Rwanda, can always use Rwanda, or Botswana. I mean, take for example Botswana now only 2.5 million people in the day, but now one of the fastest growing economy in Africa. Not to say then different past we or so they're not able for do something, but what's another thing is that they get more stabilized system in place where then they look for development. So where would they call say, okay, if we suspend the election, yes, it will bring very, very good thing at the country. So election not to see where we just simply say, look, they change the guards of the day. Yeah, now people in life, so now this they affect. Almost people may go sleep yesterday when they're not able for eat. Almost people and they go home when they're not able for eat. Weeks, then they go. And then the waiting feel saying go happen, then they die. So this nothing that we get for begin look things now in perspective. Okay, yes, Sierra Leone, we're not able to get a full mortality data yet. But no, almost people and they die per month, per year. But if you look, almost people that don't go sleep from when these months begin, they're not able to cook at the house. Look, be more realistic here. So yeah, people in the cry say yes, we will get election. What are the election the benefit?
You
the
know,
only election, let me finish. The election, the only benefits the parliamentarians them. Because now the same government money back now they use for pay their salaries. And the same money back now they use for sustain their lives. But what make you not go use them money they are so now for develop the country? Let somebody not cancel me say yes, but we don't try, look, we don't make all the planning. Yes, we agree. But we get to look at more objectively. Objectively, not to see where you just take a mindset and simply say, okay, yellow just pack them or low, continue that side. It's just like you ask somebody where they starve. You say, okay, well, listen, I want you bread. But if I give you this bread, I want to do something. I don't want for lay, you say, begin go on, low take time or plan, so okay, we'll feed you more. So then I would try for implement, for make sure, say, we're able to take care of the people. I mean, with the unity government itself, it will create more tolerance in the country. You know, people are not going to begin to fight, or people are not going to begin to attack another people because we begin to become now more coherent. We're able to begin to work together. So people then go travel around and say yes, this also one thing where can create issues as well. When people are not able to get the benefits within the country, that can create division. Now, any nation.
And you feel say unity government could make everybody benefit?
Well, obviously, because now we all did it.
Okay, let's tell you something. You know, I like the word you say, now we all did it. How many of you now we go boast say we're able to be independent rather than depending on the country money back?
Well, not to say you get to depend on the country money. In itself, the country not get money. You see the report was said right now, Sierra Leone owe roughly about 10 billion leones. $10 billion roughly. So if you go now World Bank, they see the full statistics there, not to say that we high. So who still you feel say we will pay that debt there? I will tell you who still will finish pay that debt there. It will take anything between 400 to 600 years. So me and you don't go. So with generation rates, we're not born AIDS that then go for commits that debt for pay. So no, be more serious and take more responsibility. Salomon, we all elect that this including we all elect for the push the dice. Let's take that responsibility there and simply say, okay, let's try for develop the country. If you not develop them, nobody know they can say you can develop them for we.
So you don't engage the two you know, where we go say the two big political parties for now.
Well, we don't write to them, you know.
Any reply don't come up from them.
And not commodity today.
So we mean say you know they see you idea for push forward.
Because you see that what I simply say, all that is the benefit. So that side you get for lookout. Now only the parliamentarians then. So they're not going for simply say, okay, let's scrap them because it will benefit them. But if the people know, the people can simply say, okay, well, you know, it's a low petition. We local MPs them. Let them try for pass this.
You still feel the time there for that? For let them go for all of the process we do.
Time day. Listen, time day. For pass that bill in a simple thing. All I get for do is that we don't check all illegality. The only place we don't able for pass that bill in a parliament. The court's not able to do nothing because the court not interpret.
So you don't put together the bill. You don't put them together.
Yes, we don't send and go there.
Okay.
So they wait.
So now private member bill this.
Correct.
All right. But I ask you this question again. You know, the truth of the matter, la confess first. Your idea good. Not the idea for save the nation good. But like you say, the question is, them party are ready for buy the idea. Well, now that we're not able to know yet. But I will hold you the quick, so please just relax and let me get somebody else inside the program. Let me get him on view.
All right. We bring Madam Cole inside right now. Madam Cole, you don't listen waiting Mr. Williams don't talk as himself now the chairman for this particular party and yourself the head union party. People go like for say this then go on for no because as soon as all we can say na party them way na small party as thing they go on right now. If Mr. Williams the cow then kind idea there, people go like for no if una all engage or una able buy the idea. But what you think, Madam Cole, to this idea where Mr. Williams brings say for push the election because of the reasons they are way in outline?
Well, I mean, I go like for let me first examine the idea, the entire concept, and look at the players the way you actually they work with. First of all, at this particular time and moment where we day, how amenable, how cooperative this particular government don't be. How they don't embrace other people with other ideas. How they don't embrace criticism of things the way that they do. Not at all. Not at all. And if they have an idea like this, then go feel to say they don't butter them bread. Basically, say we'll not go election. So the question me go ask is, would I go take we go into this setup? Somebody get for lead. From me own perspective, I don't really interact and be the victim of the policies and the way and manner how this government don't act and react to criticism. And
All right, it's a program we watch right now. Now we are on YouTube and on Facebook, and we get Femi Clodo School for the leader for Unity Party, and we as well get Beresford Victor Williams. We as well now the leader and chairperson for the Renip. We now the Republic Independent, party. We in Renip. So the internet the old Femi Clodo School over yonder, and I will basically come back just now. But I come with you inside Beresford. Very important question where I be one for ask when Femi don't begin for talk about so right now. Who that will lead this unity government? Because that will begin there now.
Well, I know say Salomon will can simply say yes, or my one for lead, but for say not to say who that will lead, because a unity government, a government where the political party then they select, let's say for we believe say Sierra Leone for only be run by 35 ministers then. No more than that. We don't need 180. Now waste of money. So in doing that, we can appoint 2 for each political party, then come together. Just like a civilized way, we all have very smart people and educated people. We can negotiate, and then we can then get a private vote who that be elected to lead. For select a leader, you need certain characteristics then, where I will touch base on one of the other 2 points where Madam Femi Cole actually mentioned. But say when we select the leader in itself as somebody who is able to implement that, because remember that the private bill where would it pass, everybody will come together as one. And then we appoint certain people, and some people get very good skills there. If we take, for example, we all get good, exceptional skills, then we in professional life, we don't work with him. So we're not going to put somebody in finance where you're not able to read numbers. It's not possible.
So that day, I think that can be simple. What can be more difficult now the leadership. You forget we structure our country now president and vice president, for example. So who that would be the president? Taking into consideration this particular one now in term done, and then for going to election where the opposition they expect for takeover, and then that's time they expect for remain in power. So the question is who that this unity.
Well, then you come back to what I say. Who's how we start now? A revolving door. You see, then ten done, the other one can inside. So now revolving door, yeah. So he's like he not going ever.
Even when the ten done, they still get above stay there for take back.
Correct, yeah, because now a politics, yeah, now revolving door. So, but if we create a unity government, yeah, we can easily. It not necessarily mean say the leader will come from any of the other party that will rule Sierra Leone. There's a lot of people that will get good management skills then. We're able to pull people in together and able for deliver. The other side as well, we touch base where Madam Femi they talk about that they say that we got issues or crisis management. South Africa go through a lot, but in view of all that, they actually come out on the other side of the river.
Interject quickly. You see South Africa, in as much as they go through that, we see unity government, but the structure, one of the dangerous arm of government right now for we country at the parliament. And South Africa, the system of parliament is very much different. And you see, for example, member of parliament will challenge the speaker, whereas in we own country, member of parliament not will challenge the speaker, just say sit down.
Yes, correct.
So,
but that is how they say that the discipline. You understand?
Not just discipline, but law.
But what I'm saying, the discipline is that we look at everything because the hybrid economic system, not just they look at the economy. Sierra Leone legal system is broken. Under the hybrid economic plan, the legal system has to be open up more. It's still closed. It closed in the sense that you get a solicitor, you get a barrister, or one person who is going to challenge who. If you got any issue, you take it to court. How long does it take to be processed? So that make when you not a quick fix. Not a quick fix. That make you simply say originally it's a 15-year plan, says suspend parliament for 5 years, implement the basic rules. Once you implement the basic rules, I guarantee you this, things will really work out well. Yeah, I not say we go choose one nation.
Mr. Williams, the truth of the
Yes.
matter is the idea is good, but when you explain, it's like I see like you the dream.
Are they waiting?
Like where you just dream. Somebody going to say, "Can you please wake him up?"
Yeah. But a good way to say so, yeah, because a good leader has a vision.
Okay.
Where you're going to take the people to, not to child's play. Let me tell you now, it's not a child's play. Yeah, it's something that somebody has to get a clear view. Who side will they go? Now make them call you a leader. Most people would object to it. But as long as you're able to deliver, show them critically how you try for reach day, not to all man go by the idea. So if you know the dream, let me tell you now, make it stagnate. You know they go non-side. Sierra Leone don't depend this life for so long. Where other nations they can Sierra Leone for can be educated. Now we they go back to their own country. So who side we go wrong? For the past 50 years, what thing they don't develop in another nation day? And the best idea so far we don't come, we may see, not to just the hybrid economic system, but not a system where it transform an entire generation.
Okay.
And prepare for the next generation.
Honestly,
so if you not dream, you don't go able. If you not dream, you not go able for which day.
I feel your point. Una good morning. One musician, the way they call that is Sarge. You get this song where they say, Una good morning,
the dream way I dream for the next president.
So basically,
one remix.
You get this dream of that is Sarge where say, it's this salon, then the work with the work up and down, then get this and that, and then they live like now make a day, but it's so yes part for the dream where you wake. Now that will be the next president. Like how Femi close the skull inside quickly. Femi, you don't hear it waiting, Mr. Williams. I must confess the vision good, but I wonder, oh, that's go ready for that. But let's go to you again. You will lay your foundation.
Yes. For me, that idea is a concept where can be discussed in the coming years. Not a plan for today, for now. Because we get a government right now where they in situ, where not get that, even that thinking themselves, that even us in the opposition are part of governance. They not even accept that themselves. So talk less of, waiting the battle where we get right now. It is the battle of even having the process of having free, fair elections. Now a battle where we're on right now. So how compliant, how proactive would they be to say, okay, with the left government, unakala or can shape? It is unrealistic. It not get for happen, not in we own kind of a setup where we get now. Where thing we don't experience leading up to this point. A voter registration process that was unbelievably flawed, where people have been deliberately were left out of the process, disenfranchised. Even after we don't do that, we see people already remove again from the voter register. This is not, this particular government, not to the type of government where it gets that magnanimity there for able for share ideas, or even in areas when they're supposed to consult. They do not consult, even when the constitution will tell them. So I think this concept is one that academics and others of that nature are able for Sidom and review them. But for now, as far as Femi Claudius Cole is concerned, I am waiting to exhale. I can't wait for the announcement to say this government is gone. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And we look at the economy that is bad. How did we get here? What policies did you put in place for us to get where we are? It didn't happen by magic. It didn't. Where we have Sierra Leone being the most divided it has ever been in the history from independence. How did we get here? And we listen to the rhetoric, the way then they talk. We don't know how come we reach here. When only SLPP people are Sierra Leoneans. When this, when that, when even when something goes wrong. Before they investigate, the means of investigation are for those go crazy and just arrest all man, capture all man, the innocent as well as the guilty. And then you get the judiciary will go move so slowly. My prayer, honestly, this point we don't get so now for let we just bear. Let we bear, we go take we card, and we elect, hopefully, a government that can be more inclusive, a government where can get more heart, more soul, more spirit for the people then. But and maybe a government this time around we go take the high road. Say, look, we're not going to do things the way we now want to do. Because if we go back to that do me, I do you, Salon not go before at all. But I think to say this the way we don't reach to now, where we all just hold with breath. Don't they wait no more for let them make that announcement say the SLPP government is gone. Anybody now will go and tell me, say, no, let me sit down and engage with them. They haven't engaged with us in 5 years. What makes you think they will engage with anybody now? When they seem to be so hell-bent on protecting themselves and hanging on to power. It is not going to happen, realistically. If we say they stay, they are not going to be good negotiators. If we say they stay, they are not going to share.
If this government open hand to this idea, what do you think?
I go suspicious. Papa, let them go. Let me vote. Let them go. Let me not share nothing at this juncture. I will be very suspicious. When they tell me it is raining, I get for go now, don't let rain go soak me. No, I will not. Even us smaller parties, even biggest for seated there. He knows very well that this system where them put so last minute, we both of us cannot contest. Maybe we can only contest the presidency. We cannot field MP candidates because the deck has been stacked heavily against we.
Madam Femi, let me clear something. You talk. You. Sorry for interrupt. You talk something. Say you go be suspicious. I want to clear that area. The suspicious of what? People go left for no.
I will be suspicious of any offer where they agree to. I give you a classic example. When then they push this PR down with goat, where they put the bitter medicine in a spoon, then give it for drink and for swallow with him too. Then tell we say PR they can be favorable to smaller political parties. We're going to have inclusive We're going to have inclusive representation in the parliament. When we went to the last PPLC meeting, what did they tell me? Like it's now, a small party with some 10 MP candidates, somewhere you want field along across the country. Now then say if you want field na Western Urban, you for put 20 now for 16 seats in a Western Urban. We for field 32 candidates. And you for pay for all 32. And then no full well say, even if you win, you're not going to win all 16. If God bless you, until you go win 5. But meanwhile, you go don't pay for all 32. And then people and they not go want for pay. They not go want pay because you go tell them say they put you in a second list. They not get for greed. Me not go pay me money for let you go put me in a list where I get for begin they pray every day. Let the first 16 people then die or then sack them or then grab them for let me get opportunity for go parliament. That's not the truth. So who does come up with that plan day? Now between ECSL and the executive. And then come up with that plan the way they exclude smaller parties. So if you like people away one share, let us be very honest.
So that means this PR system mainly they counter for suppress one of the smaller parties them as they think.
No, then come with time for eliminate smaller parties. If not suppression no more, some of who the way they non they suppress would don't they be at.
Exactly.
This is not an elimination of smaller parties.
Okay, so if that be the case, now all you did, BS for that bring inside quickly. You did listen to the submission of Femi. You know, the big party they always get statics for getting around. Yes, today you sell this idea and then buy them. In the interest, say, all go benefit from this, unity government, power sharing. But once it don't reach to that particular reason, or it don't reach to that point where they don't feel, say, okay, we don't sit down on a better position, they want to get out of the race again.
Yes, what saying Madam Femi say, it makes sense. But, for the past 50, 60 years, Now the same system will go through the revolving door. So at some point in time, we get to take a stand for able to simply say, yes, you know, go get picking, it just the call no more, just the call. Yeah. If you're not able for waka, you try for find something for a lay begin old, for lay team up, lay foot strong, they begin waka before begin run. So we get to take at some point for make sure say we simply say, okay, well, if we no want to develop a country, the low level the country. So if anybody will get good art for the country, go always look for the betterness of young people.
So even when you talk about good art, so
yeah,
a lot of
but
people.
May I just finish one thing? Yeah, what think you always say? This is not a quote that an average king amongst average people is a wealthy king, and a wealthy king amongst poor people is a poor king. The reason to make us say so is that at some point we get to expand. We get for try for creating them. Sierra Leoneans right now, now refugee na the young country. Na Sierra Leone, na refugee. You know what to make us say so? Na Sierra Leone na the only country where them born you. Na this entire world where you go build house on top Sansan. Even country that wouldn't don't fetch war, then still they fetch war. They not build house on top Sansan. Who's kind of refugee life that one day? But because of this attitude we get, low we bear. At the end of the day, foreigners then they come, then they take the thing away for better the country. If we not take that step there now, in 60 years, all we till the able say go dinner the ground, not the day forever. It get for done. And when it's done, they don't go. So what you will use now for develop your country?
Okay.
What you go use for develop your country? All other country where then they simply say, would they go under? Now what you mean then a myth that and grow, and they use. So at some point in time, somebody take that lead. Simply say, okay, let this happen. And it's me, I believe in faith. Anything can happen. But faith comes with planning. Like what Madam Femi say, people are not on plan for the past 50 years, 60 years. We don't plan nothing. So if we not plan, what you would plan out for the next 10 years? What you would plan for the next 15 years? You know, now the same low beer, you know, okay, yes, they use a system for eliminate people and for not for contest, for literally waste the country resources again. Where would it try for reduce on that? But if you no matter what happen, if all the parties then come together, then simply say, okay, let's do this. Now we get a country. You understand? I understand some people and say, okay, well, I did they enjoy waiting for make a share. But then a pure wickedness where one day you should get go trap inside a system there. You go trap inside the system. And trust me, you know, then you always say with that they come, you know, they select. You understand? If them are within a village, you're not able for feeding Peking, you're not able for do nothing. You know, how then they go materialize? We get for beginning to look at options for those see what you able for do. I mean, almost then China begin grow rapidly. China begin grow rapidly in the 80s. Who said they like it because somebody come up with the plan, what they call the 25 years plan. And that's what they work towards.
But I don't tell yourself they get 25, 36 almost years plan. We know they survive. Okay.
But right now, me asked you right now, what's now with 10-year plan? Well, you ask anybody, they not get her.
Well, they say they get medium and long-term plan. But anyway, like Olido, you say we country right now, we don't turn refugee. You very much correct. You just make again remember, you know, what we brought when I'm a musician. You know, we can let for dilute the issue, the very hard issue there with some soft things then for let people and get well. So if you remember waiting Emerson, so wait tell me.
Wait till we go do now. Usa we go now. Usa them born with them pepper we. Then they pepper we with cayenne pepper.
So it just resolutes to exactly what you say. Say we country, for example, you know, we don't turn refugee. Exactly. Very, very much correct. But now, you know, a lot of people they're gonna get suspicion. The two parties the way they write to so. I'm not then at the camp, but I'm pretty sure they're going to suspect you, they're going to suspect the other party. For example, APC going to suspect you said you work with SLPP because SLPP for go, now I make you anchor with this idea for let them no go. SLPP in the other hand, they say because one for beat APC then back on the second term, now I make you carry this idea so then self go kind to government. But so all man the tower now say nobody, this SLPP they left the power, they go, APC now they come back the power. This not the thing. You not only get the kind of allegation, the kind of point finger by you say you know that kind of possible then send for you see that test the water or for can say you can massage, for example, for the ruling government they don't go because as far as then concerned people they don't tire and they need for go. So why you call this idea right now? Then they ask now, they don't pay you or for say they don't promise you job or they don't promise you a lot of things, and so all of this thing get for the come up. You are aware of that?
Not true what he say so. I'm a go Madam Femia so. Renip na the only party after the 2018 election we will not declare for nobody. Nobody not get for payment. For say do this or promise me anything.
You did APA?
If we join APA SL.
But APA, if you join APA, I mean say APA in decision or not decision.
No. In the nutshell, Renip na an independent organization inside APA. Yeah.
How independent organization go inside APA?
Well, Renip na a political party that wouldn't make your own decisions then, and we the try for engage with the people for make them understand the plan.
Sorry, but anytime where APA they come up, since you did na APA, where at APA they can say all the party they within APA.
Exactly.
For example, this BNTM they then declare for the government.
Correct.
SLPP. At one point again, we hear them say the chairman for APA come up and say them na APA can support anything as long as they don't support that is final. And in fact, the only thing they want from the government now for letting they get one bag rest per month, for let things the right for them. So you're not part of APA.
Yes, from your own side, as far as me know, Renip no one day receive a single dime.
But at the same time, ever debunk waiting APA they say.
Sierra Leone and Renip been do that debunkment thing. We actually come out that we not be part of that, that we not do endorse no other political party because it wrong for make an organization without unanimously and laterally for make them go say that. Yeah. So we are posse way we own party now we know mix pan rikishi. We not party way ready for help the people of Sierra Leone. Okay. If we not make ready for help the people of Sierra Leone, we not go come out to plan them or make encourage other political parties them.
All right, Mr. Williams, I want for all you there, as you say, Unana party we come for help the people of Sierra Leone. Then the same people of Sierra Leone, before they count Madam Cole, they still they ask say, why you been sit down with this idea until this time where water don't pass Gary, this idea they come up. Who say you be there with this idea? Where you not been bring them at the initial stage, why now?
Okay, if you look back on all publication them, now almost the second and a half year, and this was what they run with this idea, like this hybrid economic system. And with an idea for develop a nation, you get for make sure say you look at all the areas them. Some areas then they way you know go get expertise there. So people where they build the policies, then get for do that research then and see how we will for do them. Take for example now, under the hybrid economic system, whose kind manufacturing we get for introduce in Sierra Leone. Remember, say in Sierra Leone, we get low potential of educators then there. So we get for fast track that system there. So how we can able to do that? You not go simply say, okay, we go give all my laptop, it not go work. We're not go simply say, okay, we go open up the Wi-Fi system, it not go work. Most people can get smartphone, so you get for try for find like how can for develop a website where people can able for do quick online learning, where you can able for download the information, but they stay in a storage. So all then small planning there. So not to see where they come up some one thing and say na so the work. Renip not get any suspicious behavior, but for develop Sierra Leone. And if anybody want the blueprint, we they ready for getting the blueprint as long as they implement them. So Nanande would try for do. We not so mouthpiece for any other political party. Nobody not go ever see Renip they in bed with any other parties. We try before for make we all come together and able to implement this. So if anybody will say yes, Renip then in bed with any other body, let them point finger. Me go tell you say Renip not mix on that rikishi next thing.
Okay.
We come for develop and we come for open up to people. Yes, people will get suspicious. People will get suspicious because it's too late in the day where we can simply say, okay, well, let's try to do this. You understand? But most times with Sierra Leoneans, them now when election time come Now in the beginning, they look here, so they take this, they take that.
So
And
I
it
want to
wrong.
tell you this,
Because
honestly,
the reason why to make them they
if we
do
not
that,
be-
they
if
can
we not
always
get,
sell.
for example, like the Guardian Post, we write this particular thing, we're not for able to know about your idea. So if you don't tell me say on there for 2 years and half,
The idea is they out.
yes, 2 years and
Or
half.
2.5
Most
yeah.
people not know about Sam, and that is why we call on you for let you come and explain to
Explain.
we family
Well,
members
they out.
let them know. But
Yeah.
let me hold you there quickly.
Sure.
All right, they bring Madam Cole again. Madam Cole, you don't hear we still there inside this particular matter because this is now a very important and big matter where we need for open the discussion so we people themselves they able to understand because this particular idea don't get people them lost now the comment. As we they talk to now, we they watch, we comment them, we people they communicate with we. Although we get for open the phone line for them, but we go like for una way na political party them we no pass most of the people who they listen for make we get idea from una this particular idea of Mr. Williams the party. You as a political party head again, we really want to make you tell the people what do you think because people say why now this idea for come.
What did I think about the idea or the timing of the idea?
The timing.
I don't understand the question.
The timing.
Are they mute?
No, you not mute.
No, the timing of the idea. Why not now?
I myself a little bit baffled, but as una very well know, as BS4 and me, we talk spasmodically, but as una know, me not a APA. Because I am a believer that APA is merely the cheerleading team, the cheerleading wing of the SLPP. So the vision of APA and the vision of the consortium are completely different. And what is a really good case in point is if as political parties, we are not even able to be under one umbrella. Because even if you were to put a knife to my throat, I would never join this APA headed by Prince Coker. Even if you put $1 million raw cash in front of me, I will never join this APA. Because this APA, as far as I'm concerned, is not looking at the picture of the lives of Sierra Leoneans. They are not. So there's already a divide right here. So this idea, probably, as I say, for academics to discuss might be fine. But in the reality, BS4 there is not a member of COP. So there are factors there that we cannot agree on. So how can we have a unity government? What we need is a government that has the heart and the soul for the people, that really wants inclusive governance. If Mr. A sabi the work, behind the job, it doesn't have to come from your same region. It doesn't have to be of your same tribe. That is the government of inclusion that we at COP favor. If you say at this particular time, we are all going to come together, join hands and sing Kumbaya, in order be. In order be. Me not go one step let them hold me hand for singing nothing. I do not trust this government as I do not trust the EMBs. So my only hope and prayer is free and fair elections. Let the people choose their leaders. Let nobody put their hand on the scale for tip the scale this way or the other way. Look at the simple thing. We are voting now by district block, but you want to tally by region.
By constituency.
Simple thing. We are asking for disaggregated data. Almost people vote na St. Thomas Center. Almost people they register here. Almost people they register yonder. They have refused to give us those figures. And without those figures, it is easy for malpractice to ensue. So at this juncture, when we have all suffered for the past 5 years, maybe BS4, you are lucky you have been in the UK. I have been to CID not once, but twice for stating my opinion. So for me now to say that we all can sit down around the table, that could have happened in the early days, but it hasn't. Once a new government comes, hopefully one with heart, we can sit down around the table and begin look at them concepts then, yeah. But right now, where people are being rounded up and arrested, when we pass na CID, if you say CID full up, This morning, my braid man not deliver braid. I changed the dollar today for 22,200 leos for $1. Let me just bear the sufferness. Now 2 months, no more left. Let me pray hard for let we get a government that would be more inclusive. I am hoping that the consortium can still be part of governance. I am engaging, we in COP are still engaging other players. I am not embarrassed to tell you that the SLPP is not part of that conversation. They are not part and party to it. Yes, the APC is, C4C is, Unity Party is, PMDC is, fractions of other parties are, but the SLPP is not a party to it. We are in the state where we are because this government has done things in ways that are wrong. We not get for afraid for talk and we not get for afraid for tell
we
them.
actually can talk about different issues that we get for do with national issues. You know, but like quickly to you, BS Ford. If you for convince people with your idea in just 3 minutes, waiting will be the strong words that we go put together because these are Sierra Leoneans they will talk about so right now. As we talk so right now on YouTube, we get 734 with the watch. Please do not forget for like. When I give you 500 likes, please, we get 254 likes, and on YouTube and Facebook we get 368. So approximately they talk about 1,100 and something. Where they listen to you now as we watch live, but more get for the watch as the time they go. So how you go convince them with your idea for? Shall we say your idea genuine, your idea trustworthy, your idea really go benefit the people, your idea not there for benefits the APA or the SLPP, your idea just there for see how the country go move above poverty line.
Well, if you look, first of all, when we come, we say we want a unity government. So we know segregate, say whether the ruling government time done. So then get for left parliament. So then they close parliament. We have a unity government. It's simple and straightforward on that anchor. Yeah, we get waiting we talk about we want free and fair election. But we simply say that we want to go to the poll. But going to the poll, not to solve the problem. Waiting for solve the problem, now for make we able to sit down economically and work. For make we get various associations of various pockets of political parties them inside there, they create division within the country itself. So we get to look at the way we serve as political parties that we carry we serve. So we get to try for be more mindful and encourage the citizens them say look, we all come together as one and work together as one. If we they simply the point finger, then we're not able to gain the developments where we need. Because yes, then you always say teeth and tongue the jam. But one way they'll ever bet your teeth, where they ever bet your tongue, they go cut them. You try for solve them out. So we for come together, we all are Sierra Leoneans. We're not getting no other country for go again. Now Sierra Leone we all day. Yes, we get people in another wrong do it. Then they go for always carry on. Let we say now we get a new government, we get for come back inside. We not buy the idea, we not decide for go for the unity government. Now the same old system, now what they go do? Yes, Madam Femi, you correct. Dollar now be 8,000. Now 22, they go 23. What happened there? Now the same economic cliff with the edge towards. And trust me, when we drop off that cliff there, it go worse. If we not take this idea now, the next 5 years, I guarantee you this, that the cliff where we go get is the worst. Because right now, the entire world, they face massive recession. Food prices, they go up. Things then they go up. We not able for generate anything for help we say. We not manufacture anything. What will depend on? Nothing not in Sierra Leone, even the minerals them, where people in the talk about, they're all in the foreigners there and there. So, all anything there, so we get for begin to look considerably for develop the country. But we they fight, we still do this backfighting. Okay, well, because of this, because of that, they generate any positive thing. If a government term finish, then go resign. We all get Sierra Leone. No, Sierra Leone don't belong to anybody. We all wait for there, so we go die, left the country. But if we're not able to develop the country now, wait till we go able for gain. Sengba, I don't know if they talk to me. I know they get you.
Very sorry for that. You know,
No worries.
in just 1 minute for now, we are going for you end the submission. Femi talked something about this, you know, a unity government. He say, a good idea if the academia them can sit down and see how best they can do something them. He say, but let them wait after the election and then they can begin maybe talk to the next government for see how best they can move forward with that. You buy that idea?
But you you like what you begin the discussion first, yeah? We say now political party and they ready for take mantelpiece. So if any other party win in the next 5 years, they're not going for buy that idea. And now you take the idea, we simply deal with them for develop the country.
Okay.
Because if you don't go to the poll, what's not the point? You already spend 60 million. That money not they come back home. Now go it don't go so. So what make you not go use the 50 or 55 million, we develop the country. We able for come up with something where we benefit all man. After 5 years, now only 60 months. By the time you sleep and wake, now 10 long go so. But at least something tangible go the way other the next government be able to work with. Now so Messia.
All right, thank you very much. We go end this particular discussion with Femi before we take another issue. Femi, what you will be final and take on this?
The final take is one key element they will get to the success where you go compare with to other countries. Then waiting at the key elements we're responsible for some amount of success. The unity that we all dream, but there is such a thing as leadership. Leadership. Whether we go to elections or whether it is a unity government or leadership matters, and somebody must lead. And waiting we don't suffer from this past 5 years has been poor quality leadership. I mean, which leader will sack or grab their Auditor General who has performed and has delivered? It is leadership. What makes us all come together? When you go make a speech for Unify We, where we all listen to your speech, cold catch we, goosebumps. We feel like say we belong. Or you give way a speech where make we feel as if to say, na catch we can catch nas alone. Leadership matters. And where we have been lacking, and many other African countries themselves, they lack na quality leadership. We look at countries that we admire. Waiting at the difference between them and we. It's leadership. Not to say the leader get for be expert, but he must recognize excellence where there is excellence. And not order for bring him in, order for ask excuse. But if na family business, na regional business.
Okay.
And even if you have a unity government, we go back to this kind of mentality. Say, okay, let me make them, but now party they call this unity government. We will be in the same boat until you have a leader who can see beyond tribe, who can see beyond region, who can just see excellence. We're not going to ever progress.
All right. Well, Fambulem, that's now the discussion on the idea of Mr. Williams. Then party we then try for bring us, it try for talk about for bring up what he call a unity government for see how that one day back they bring some changes. Well, una get for can give we una own take on this particular matter, una we own family members then because we get for open the phone line for una. But for now, we dey take the discussion to another level where very important for we and una where they listen right now. Still are they with Madam Femi on this particular one. Madam Femi, we want for make we look into this process of PPRC as you've been trying for measure say some of them laws they are where they come up, then the PR system, it try for come because of for wipe una the small party them. And we look inside again this whole process of this election. From the registration to this particular time where we they get ID cards them, where plenty citizens them, they get doubt of, where we not even reach the side for the polling day to now, we just did at the level of ID cards, doubts don't begin day. We really want to make you open the discussion in that area. What do you think about the whole process of this election, from the starting of census registration to ID card? We don't bring doubts.
For me, the process don't flow from the get-go. Now, not to like I said, this now we first election since independence. We do all this 2017 for 2018 elections. Me not ever, I register, we monitor 1 or 2 places, and 2017, 2018 for 2018 election. Nobody, you know, hear you talk about people and they go register, they not register them. It didn't happen. But this time around, me when Sidoya, then send 1 old truck police for me na Dwazak polling registration center. Because I was insisting, if you they reject people them, 70-something people were rejected that day. They not register them. And you know what's in the reason why they say they cannot prove that they are Sierra Leoneans. So we have a flawed system. Initially, they said the census, we did not buy it. We knew why they wanted to do it. It was so they could do boundaries, etc., etc. Then tell we in a PPLC meeting, say they don't already begin to do boundaries. They are on top of their game. Next thing we know, bam, they send a PR system. There was no interaction, no discussion with political parties, no interaction, no discussion with the people. After they say they may not sanction and they may not glad the forum, that is upper. But if you're going to bring a new system, electoral system, on the eve of elections, must you not go do your due diligence, talk to the people, explain it to the people? Up until yesterday, we organizing secretary go Pujeo. There are people there we want for contest for parliament. They want contest for parliament. Then go tell them. Now Inga for puts them down and explain to them and say if una na Pujeo one contest, how many seats una get? Una get for double that seat day. And we get for pay for all them people in the then they say, Lord have mercy. Well, this PR, you not come for better view. Now I say, So up until yesterday, people in political parties are clueless about what in PR mean. They don't get no idea. Today we able to pay for we women them. We pay for all we women that we contest council as well as MPs. Whose party go able? No small political party go able. If the threshold was 2% or 3%, you go able for contest. You go try very hard for let you able to make 3%. But 12%, 11.9%, that they already don't exclude all the smaller parties. It is going to be between the APC and the SAP. Then we get collection of cards. Africanist press don't expose all things. The subcontract, how the contract iwakate, the card fiber paper, the picture, then dark like waiting. Not only that, when me go take my own card. 2 small picking there now meets the geek card. I doubt if them picking them they don't 18. Now then they shape card. I meet 1 young man they way, he go with birth certificate, they go taking card. They no agree in card. I swear to God, now lost me temper. Now say then don't una suffer people there. Una suffer people there for register them. Then don't manage register. Una want suffer people them back for give them card. So God they know they be. Una give this boy in card. Una get in card. Then we come to the election plan. We ask say una show we waiting una want this disaggregated data. They have refused. They say they're not the show we take after nomination. And a disaggregated data is very important. It's very important. Because tomorrow, if the ballot stuff, you not get away from no almost people and for dinner. I mean, if you give this information, it means you really want free, fair, and credible elections. We know they ask for let you give it the results of the election. We not vote it. We they ask almost people they register. For let them give you the numbers from bonds. I don't know if you remember. Then give it all the figures then. A bond last. They say they not get transport.
So una don't get the final voter register at all?
Well, then but I think they've given us almost had the figures again. I mean,
no. When the voter register, the breakdown of all things, how people register.
No, they don't give it.
The names
No.
Because they're supposed for their give una.
No.
And ECSM promise una electronics copy.
We're not getting that yet, sir.
Wow.
No, we have not received it.
Well,
All we are getting are bulk numbers.
Okay, so
Well-
let you quickly.
Well, this is very, very, very strange. But anyway, we did reach into that particular matter day as the program they go on. Now we they bring in Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, we dey discuss on the election. We mean the whole process of this election. Wetin are your assessment on the whole process as the registration be start from census now registration to now who dey na ID card level? So wetin are your assessment?
Well, our main assessments in view of what happened is that we get process originally we been used for 2017. We changed the top personnel. So the electoral commissioner be left and then we appoint a new one. And you see, one thing I make I always come back to say anything we would do, forget procedures then. And you know they change procedures in between the process. So if a process they change that procedure there, then you get for engage with everybody so that everybody gets the full information of what may happen rather than skeleton information. In view of the day, may not fully understand what may change the system and whether a benefit and what may gain out of that. You see, it is what it is now. You know, you can't change anything. They don't go court. Courts don't make a judgment. So we get for abide by that judgment day. I'm not sure say it correct for make we challenge the court again because the court could on view of all the evidence that we then present to them, and then they make a decision. The economic will get the court there. So in respect of what I think or waiting me believe say been there, I don't see all the evidence. So I'm not able for categorically say well at the position this. The only thing is that we may go simply say is that if the procedure been get changed, then for don't engage all the main stakeholders then. But since the courts don't make a decision, we need to abide by the court in decision. We know therefore I don't believe I'm not sure say it correct because if now another land when then courts make a decision and that's the end of the story. So we therefore begin to respect the courts then as well. So now they may go stop.
So what do you think about the kind of ID card we ECSL do? Because according to ECSL, not all these them pay for.
Well, in view of that, we go simply say ECSL for either do two things, two of one. For open an investigation to find out what happened, and when them is give out the tender, they must go and get sample. So if the sample not correct, then the ACCA for literally get involved. If there's some fraud, or maybe there's just change in plans. I don't know. You see, you can't make a judgment on just look at things objectively. Because even the ID card, some of the faces they look bad off, but from what me understand, you get barcode when they read where your face could come up when they scan them. So me not get the full facts.
Okay.
Not just scanty information, and a very difficult and a very wrong for people for use scanty information to make a decision or give opinion. For any opinion I give, I'm able to stand with that and able to get the full facts. I don't get the full facts.
So everybody for respect your opinion, but let me get this other question again for you. You trust the electoral management bodies them, like for example ECSL, PPLC, taking into consideration with your all the going on. According to Femi, you not trust them at all.
Well, that a very trust and respect is two different things. Yeah. So we for able to show a little bit of respect for the office. In view of that, what make us say so is that if they make a decision, then they make a decision based on the country as a whole. What happen at the back end of it, like for example, ACC, then we don't actually criticize them from the international committee. Certain things the way they happen, way people can see, they know. So then they're able to come up with some position about the trust issue. Trust during election time can always create issue And one thing we'll fail for realize as well in Sierra Leone is that we get to be more mindful, because when we just come out from back in the 90s, we will not want to go back down that road there. So me will simply say that we will try for respect the offices that we would managed, and then try to be credible, integrity.
So we for respect the office, but in your own opinion, you not trust the office.
Well, like I simply say, trust, you earn trust. You don't gain it. If you don't earn it, you don't gain it. It's like, if you don't trust me, I have to earn it. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, equally. Yeah. Okay, so let's only do quickly, because people go actually want to ask you some questions then. Yeah. But let's bring inside Femi quickly.
We bring in Madam Femi again. Madam Femi, in your own submission, you measure something just now where people go look for Yeri again. You say this whole process of this ID cards issue, Africanist press don't expose how the deal work, because then they can call them deal. If something like this come out this way, I come out, so na deal. So the whole deal, Africanist press don't try for expose them. And Mr. Williams just mentioned about SCC. You think say SCC as bigger things than we don't happen. We see the way and manner how they handle them, especially the things that we concern this government, as people they allege. You think say SCC they get that kind of foot or that kind of hand, or they edge them they for Sidom say upon all waiting don't happen. Now this the ending part of the mission too, then go able to investigate ECSL concerning their scam ID cards there. You get any idea of that?
We're not here.
No, but I go give me your opinion.
Go ahead.
And I want to clarify, say this business not to respect business. Trust is trust. Respect is earned. In certain position, ECSL or PPIC. I'm not going to go tell them good morning, sir, and kneel down to them. No. They are an institution. A part of government when an institution. So what thing then they do for be so transparent, clear, that it earns our respect. But waiting with they see, I tell you now, inside one PPLC meeting, we discussed procurement. Oh, it's not like I say a bad talk, we don't talk way. I think it was the APC. They mentioned, say, we want to observe the process of procurement. And unfortunately for me, the last PPLC meeting happened yesterday, may not be no self-say meeting because then they said WhatsApp message to we say meeting, but somehow or the other I don't drop off the contact list. But that's notwithstanding. I mean, for them, ask them now, say, the day where they talk about monitoring, not a monitoring, observing the procurement process, where they were up in arms. Non-party no go can monitor procurement. Now it is apparent that their procurement process get flaws. And Africanist press don't give it with details and receipts and everything. Let them come back and refute some of that information. Let them say Africanist press lie. But going back to what will the ACC do or do not do, what did the ACC do about forged hotel receipts? What did the ACC do about incidences, finances involving the First Lady's office? What did the ACC do? Let us just end it this way. Who pays the pipe in this regard, in this country? Constitution. Let me just end that.
Let we all and do exactly so, and let we go now and begin see waiting people them get, for we with regards the phone line. So the number then at the screen, but please now 1 minute. So go straight to the point and ask a question. 1 minute per call, because we want to take few calls and allow you guests them for a react before ever we actually go out. So 1 minute per call. Make sure so you go straight. You name and inside the call from and go straight to your question or your comment and make make sure say 1 minute with the cut the call if you not stop, please. As you begin here, they say okay, that means say you don't run out of time. So we go on the line and start for take the ball.
The very first caller. Hello, caller. You name and side you call it from.
Yes, slow start for ma'am. Charity begins at home. When you call, make sure say you reduce the volume. You don't tell what they tell you now. Please, go to down the seatly.
Hello, caller. You name and side you call it from.
Alhamdulillah, I don't be the first lucky caller.
You're welcome. You get 1 minute, please.
Okay, me now one question I want to ask that Brahman when I'm Mr. Williams. Who said him been there all along, who Sierra Leone has so far these 5 years, who said him been doing this good idea. And that minute to election, they work out such an idea like this. Really a good idea, but I'll let him wait for another time.
So you listen to now, you listen to him, he said he don't go out with 2 years, 2.5 years now.
We have done it at this channel since 2019. I never come across church like this.
So if the like I talk if the paper not be right, but I'll not for be no. So it not go be say a lie with Dan. He said he don't do it 2 years, 6 months.
Okay, well, according to your opinion, because this time we had everybody your opinion.
No, not to opinion, no, not to opinion. I waiting he say, not to opinion at all.
Now the money opinion that they try for saying, I'm not saying you. I'm saying your opinion is.
No, but wait, I mean you ask a question. Waiting he say not to opinion. Now waiting they do.
My brother, if your man tells a meet of God, no need for let now. If he say don't the honors,
right.
No, I think are two different things you talk to my brother.
All right, Mr. Williams, don't get you question. You go later answer them. Thank you. God bless you.
We say him been there. We say in the suffer all a while past these 9 minutes. Tell us say if now somebody say it did not backfire.
Thank you. You go answer to a question.
So
hello,
please, let we make sure say we stick to the things that if you don't talk something, it's either you rephrase them or not go back to the same thing.
Hello, caller. You name and where they call me from?
I mean, I they call from we had.
Go straight to the point. You're welcome. You get 1 minute.
Due to the gentleman we una host today, if I can remember the statement we former president they say he need a handover power to APC. So as he say, now that logical thing they try for car would say. Madabiu, me no say na send the sena. Madabiu no one hand over power to APC. So now no more me get.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Mr. Williams, una hear them?
Yes, I get you clearly. Okay. Yes.
No, the caller.
No, I get them. Yeah, I get them. Yes.
All right.
Hello, caller. You name and where you calling from?
No, the call from Riyadh.
You're welcome on the show. Go straight to the point. You get 1 minute.
Yeah, the idea of that man, the brilliant to the start, so it be explained. But at the end of the day, then question don't ask them. The other questions them make me for believe say again motive and motive for support the government. The questions don't ask them, the way I answer them, it make me for believe say it take side because if you say you don't know basically what they happen at the country because in question don't judge like you don't know exactly what they happen. So they take side. That don't mean say the na side you want it because let me kick out the idea.
Okay.
So we really support the idea that after the election, then what people do now talk to both the party them. Anybody win, see one then can for happen next na the country. So for talk to both of the party, not for that idea.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Talk to the party them.
God bless you. Hello, caller. You name and where you call me from?
Nado Bayo, aka Imami ADC.
I will get you low. If you they use earphone, please try for adjust them. Hello.
You they come very, very low.
Voice
So you
very
pull
low.
you earphone with use.
Okay, hold on. Yes.
Hello, caller. You name and where you they call me from?
This is the call for Riyadh.
All right, please, you say you there plenty noise there. You no mind for shifts this small?
I don't shift.
Thank you. Go ahead. You're welcome on the show. You get 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much for the good job. We really appreciate it. Mami Cole, keep the good job. Thank you very much, Mama. We don't get much for say. We not praise, we get for praise you, Mami Cole.
Not only the one way they come out England, the couch initiative there now. For how long then the England? People in the suffer as alone. They don't know the camp for conflict for we are now in the couch initiative there. But me call London as alone and I know the for those of somebody they come out oversee they can give us plan them now way. Yes, they plan them good. Who say be the only time when they kill people in a salon? When they affect people and people in the suffer in this country as well. But me call keep the good job. Would they be owner? We ready for life for owner, mama? Would they be owner? Now thank you very much. Let God bless owner, mama.
God bless you too. Thank you, my brother.
So, yeah.
Hello, caller. Your name and who side you call me from?
Hello?
Yeah, I name Lamina. They call from United States.
You're welcome on the show. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, pa. I just want to know, Mr. Williams, and belong to any party?
In party name Renip, when a Republic Independent Party.
Yeah, me waiting. I go just suggest to Mr. Williams. At least let him just follow the let him just live with COP because COP at least for now then they seek the welfare for the people them. So any alliances, at least if it can go through COP, that would be better. But for any other for any other association, now avoid. Because them people there, they don't ever stand out for Sierra Leoneans. With all this trouble, we then don't people and don't go through these 5 years. You understand? The upper, you know, of course now is sell out. You see, we Sierra Leoneans say we could go all out for make sure say like what in the mommy say this the leadership is a problem.
Okay.
So somebody like that one day, anybody we want go alliance with her, making go alliance. But the people,
Thank you.
Never,
God bless you.
You understand? To it.
God bless you. Hello, caller. Your name and who side you call me from?
Yeah, this is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Brother Mike, you're welcome. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell Mommy Code thank you. You know what I mean? For you able to survive pauper inside 5 years, you know. I forget a certificate for certificate for survival. Because Mommy Code, he's strong. You're a strong woman, man. No, you're very strong. Then can destroy Salone and only people over there inside it. So I will keep your head up, yeah? I don't know what me want to say.
Thank you, brother man. God bless you. Hello, caller. Your name and who side you call me from?
Yeah, hello?
You there live?
You gotta get me loud and clear.
Clear. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, me one question from Madam Femi Clothing School. Now, in relation to this ESL, as so they call them, about this, when you talk about credible, fair, transparent, fair elections. But how credible this election and transparency will be when they're able to give the political parties then the aggregated numbers them. You know, by districts, police station award, then they give them
The Bible is saying that I don't know if they hear me, but you mute. So I know they hear what they say.
Hello?
Very, very sorry for that.
Sorry.
Yes, caller.
Hello, caller. Go ahead. You get 1 minute. You're welcome.
Yes, we are down you do everything. You know, I'm glad the way when I host this man, Mr. Williams and Amiko. But let me tell Mr. Williams, Sierra Leone, there are no more fools. You understand? Like that way, not really honest, really dishonest. Sorry for that directly. Some of them politicians are probably tell them directly. You're not honest to the country. One, all the questions that they ask them relating to this government, they dodge everything. You understand? You know, from the from the things, and you know, that's the only way they able to say, okay, in condemn this. And I want to say, then get forum, whatever things where they say no, whatever things when they talk, in the later now the forum, they say they support everything to the government they talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
yeah, like give me one question. The one day question what they ask him now is this is if he really glad the way you see and people in the suffer so
Thank you.
If he really glad.
Thank
Thank
you
you very much.
Hello, caller. You name and who side you calling from?
Good evening, this is Nagibi.
You're welcome on the show.
I just want, thank you. I just want say something. Just to come, Mr. Williams. I don't know if I've been there all this time where all them fear they happen, you know, come out and say anything, all the bad thing that we don't they go on, all the malpractice that we don't happen before this election, legislation, verification and all that thing, and then you don't say nothing, and now you can't talk, say you don't know what thing that we don't they happen about the election or about the process. That's a lie. And then secondly, the only reason why I feel say they do this now because you know say you small party not stand chance for then parliament, so you defend side for eng for it. I make you want come. Now good idea, but not to any good idea for the table. Then now matter be need for go. And for me, you sound like KKY 2.0. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Your name and who side you call me from?
Hello, Sheka, they call from the US.
You're welcome on the show. Get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes. Mr. Williams, to me, like distractor. We they find the electoral process, long focus on all this way they bring to a distractor. A distraction no more. If na possible then they pay for service, make a charge for that because you know they help with the electoral process. It can't for kind distract we. So now I don't know what I get for them. Make a charge for that and they may not do them free.
Thank you. God bless you. All right, family members, then we'll take 5 more calls for make we guess them respond to the questions them. Hello, caller. You name and who side you call me from?
Yeah, Shimbe and my brother.
God bless you. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
How they do.
Thank God.
Anyway, when I tell that criminal say we not get time again.
No. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah.
You get for respect we guess not to criminal.
Not
please.
to criminal, please.
Okay, no problem. Sorry, guys.
No, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead and make it.
Okay. Yeah, tell the man say we ask them why we not they encourage no more UK business. Okay.
All right, it'll get you.
So, waiting at the table, we not get for tell them. So we know they accept no other rubbish. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Hello, caller. You name and who side you call me from?
Yeah, this is Abdul call from United States.
Abdul, welcome on the show. Get 1 minute.
Yeah, Mr. Williams, with this you plan, it's possible for them mother you rule Sierra Leone for 15 years. So I'm not going to permit me to explain all. Then the other thing I would say to you now this. Outside the Sierra Leone constitution come inside this you plan, it's possible to say something in there explain them because I've been take a little bit. So yeah, that's my question. Thank you, bye.
You're welcome. Sister Admin, you're welcome.
Hi, Sembekwe. Hi, my boy. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hi, Mami Cole. Thank you for coming. Howdy, body, everything. I just want to tell you, brother, say, the same question where Aggie asked society been there. With this brilliant, beautiful ideas there, so we come up with, they're beautiful. But this is not the time. Sembekwe, if you remember, may you two get a discussion behind closed doors. I say I worry, and I therefore make an audio for ask people them when I SLPP people them for make them begin to come out because we not go one way APC don't sit on a power tomorrow, and they will begin to see all Jack and Jills and they come begin they fight APC or say this and that and blah blah blah. So this is the time that we want to see the two people them. The time not let it. It's like I knew that people like we brother there, then would they come out for can do different things, they form different party them or how different ideas them. This was my worry, and okay. I talked to Sembekwe about it, So please, anybody get beautiful ideas like this, where APC can power because we not say APC is going to win. APC they come by power and not care other than stand how they disguise themselves.
Okay.
Please bring the ideas them with APC. Don't they inside in 6 months or maybe the 1 year, but don't wait last minute. Now
All
that's
right.
no more. Thank you.
You're welcome. Will take 3 more calls for wrap up the program? Hello, caller.
Hello. Hello.
You're welcome on the show.
Yeah, una good evening. I dey call Nami backyard. Then I concern.
All right, go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Yeah, on salon, everybody get right. Mr. Williams get right for commodity with him. His objections, whatever he gets at the very last minute.
Exactly.
But waiting Mr. Williams, they get the country at heart. That make you want to do waiting they do so. This time, Mr. Williams for form alliance for kick Madabiu. If he really like I they talk so they sorry for Salon. Now then they know what we need this time. Because time still there. Mr. Williams, you not going to be a president, but you can be something. Do you have a big una help we tire? Some of we don't tire, sir. Yeah. Right. God bless you, Mami Cole. Very strong woman. Let God bless you. Let God keep you, make you continue. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not only the woman they nobody with you. Even the man them, the strong man them. We're not afraid like a mother view.
Thank
We're
you.
not coward like a mother view.
Thank
They're
you,
with you.
Thank you. God bless
God
you.
bless you.
God bless
God bless you. Now we are doing a good night.
All right. 2 more calls for a round up the show. Hello, caller. You name and inside you call me from.
Hello. Good evening. Pierre, we are.
You're welcome on the show, my brother. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, the call from backyard.
Okay.
My own contribution, I want to tell mommy for Sweden at the station plenty thank you because I'm a mother day now everything for we. And they don't really fight so in this country. Not really easy. Well, una say put at the time una thank you. What I I don't know if na brand kick out or na scammer. I don't really understand because how long would you suffer na
hello caller.
Yes sir.
You not go use the word saying a scammer and you no idea na it can't wait. We get for respect everybody idea.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But this fear so bad. The money we use them.
Yeah, no, but na control, please.
Can't be used to them. How they don't come up in that country? We don't ever get the people they can talk for a pass. Una is they like to every blessed day. Don't demand me also where it stand for the youth in that country. But all that they need to think and say na woman. Because of that they'll get power.
Thank you.
They tell na plenty thank you.
Thank you. This will be the last caller for today's show. Hello, caller. You name and where you call me from?
Yeah, good evening. We are this now Augustine. I call from the boys' quarter.
You're welcome. You get 1 minute.
Yes. First of all, I want to start for say Salon. We get for try for the encourage everybody idea.
Thank you.
In as much as another country they we cry always say we get leadership problem. We get ideas problem. People and they come up with idea. We get for they create the platform for listening them. You understand?
Yeah.
Mr. Williams, from which he talk, it make some sense. You understand? These are some of the ideas where I can still remember my small history where I read my university. Pashekina, some of implants and this way begets what is it Pasheki? Sam Milton after independence. You understand? If you want to maintain that exchange of power. After somebody from the southeast, you see that somebody from the northwest. You understand? So if you don't get somebody like this, they come up with any ideas there. I mean, we'll get for the create a listening idea for them, for listening to them and learn from them. The only thing where people get, you understand? Now the personality and the timeliness.
Okay.
Now people in the doubt say, Renip now a member of APA.
Thank you.
We all know waiting on the APA and the government and the opposition.
Thank you.
The timeliness. Now we go to election.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That now a bonus call. We own tradition. Hello, caller. You name and you say
Finally. This Nanado Bayo, aka the Mami.
You're very lucky. Now bonus call like this way. Now 1 minute, no more. 1 second only on top. They say, go ahead.
Lord have mercy. No, but if you do me so.
Now the time now you eat so.
Wait.
Now the time you don't eat so. Go quick. One go.
Okay, make all we politicians, they're all native man, ally man them. They all don't deceive we. African Express in which save the way in the pool. A loan for don't maybe enough for like APC or any other opposition fed for we. But then people there then keep quiet because they don't sell out down. Because this man where they can studio, many people listen on but I get issue with my phone and stuff, yeah. Because mostly on the phone I get time. I get for on my computer. This man when I tell and say if na SLPP say
so now before the end, I want correct you a little bit. You say all of them keep quiet upon all which it don't happen. But we get people like Mami Cole and other people where they talk just that they not get that kind of strength for maybe they sit to them point them.
Get me right. You not get me right. I tell you, say, the only person this when a true politician, when a honest
okay,
politician.
maybe I missed that point. Go ahead.
Yes, she's the only one that has fought for the nation. Now, the only mommy we get mine. Boldly they come out and tell this government what he get for tell them all the man that the Jericho go down was the KKY, of course, the worst person in Asalo. And they don't lose in respect and every other thing. Some of we in that nation we talk for. Now we go for people that we mean well for the country, not for individual. This man now when I studio, when I tell and say, we know say then our SLPP operative, we can understand. But no. Plus no. Enough is enough. Let them go.
All right.
We've had enough.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Well, of course, with family members them. Now so we end the phone calls them for today. Now we come to we guess them for make the respond to views them and then we try to round up the program. I think we will start with Mr. Williams as now get plenty questions them for answer. Mr. Williams, you welcome again. As you don't agree with family members, them everybody, most of them don't raise their concern. Well, some of them have viewed and come give some ask questions. And I believe say you get most of the questions and we will give the platform for response to some of them questions today.
First of all, I want to say thank you to all around the way calling for willing and take the time for make the contribution and ask the questions then. Some specific questions that the way come out where most of the questions them they more or less grouped together. So some people like us say, "Usabi don't get this idea. What make cannot be don't come out on the forefront." This is an idea where we don't come out at the forefront. If you go and say a loader, you go to Guardian newspaper, you Google, you will see say yes, Renip, they always advocate that, and we don't also ask for make we even get a conference with all the political parties then for make we able to explain this to them. Yeah, I'm in view of not to all mango do you read that one aside, so I not go all them in content of that. The other thing as well, we I want for just for people that we come and then they use some of the derogatory words them. We go simply say is that literally you get for understand say we all not grown-ups people them. And we need for the sheer respect because not because of you get a view, you go use the regretted word against somebody, it's not good. And it also show that the listen of within people and they talk. Renip don't they help other people then around the country then. We provide schools then all we offices them will help them. When the more slide been in Sierra Leone, Renip been there. When we began the pandemic, Renip now been the only political party with post hand over equipment to the government of Sierra Leone for help for cater towards the internet. So we know what we don't do in view of that. And yes, Renip no associates with no other political party. Renip not the only party, like I simply say, if anybody know me, say I know one day in a non-political party before. Out of waiting with the dynamic will create Renip for make you able for push the country go before. So nobody no send me, nobody no give me nothing. Now make come for Kandram with me and goodwill. In view of what will be they do na Sierra Leone, them I know some people say for make alliance. We don't try for even talk on that alliance, but because of the views them we most political party then get. The only way we believe say this can work now under a unity government. Because for example, yes, APAM have been an old system within Sierra Leone. We got a breakaway split where we got various other associations them where then political party then they part of, which they create division. At the same thing back we come back to. where we did try for fight against. If we all did together, we all able to work together as one body, say alone one country, not to 16 country. Now one game country. So I know they see the reason what to make people and they simply say, well, you get for the hand, I get for the hand. So we all for come together and put the differences them aside and work to that. I know somebody as well say the question you wanna be ask me. I don't mean they give them full answers and say I don't know what in happen as Sierra Leone. What I simply say is that outside the court don't make a judgment. I don't believe say anybody else for able to challenge the court because the court then don't see all the evidences them. We may not see them. So I know can I also can say something where I don't know what are they talk about. We all get opinions them, and then we opinions then they'll get for the land for respect other people's opinions. Because for me, anything I say, if I'm able to substantiate them, I know go see them. It's a clear start. Because what if you go point finger upon somebody where you know say a wrong, then you not to because you simply say because of this. I know somebody may say outside women the way people in the struggle, within the struggle. But I go tell you what's not the simple to what make people in the struggle in Sierra Leone. Now because they fail for make they fail for take control and fail for take responsibility. So let nobody not come point finger at other people. And when they say you go school, if you may go school, you learn trade. You for able for put man and to mouth. So no can simply say na politician there or we can say something na make we create more problems then. We get for beginning land for take control. If you not take control of your life, somebody go take control of that life there. So where you mean so far, like Renip, when we actually come out boldly and talk about that. But nobody can hold me responsible for the hard life. We all get hard life. We all go through things then. But we they take full control of that. So now we want to tell people and make them begin take control. Let them look what they do and able to manage your own affairs. Some of we can like for talk, free talk them. Free talk na free. But it carry responsibility. And you get for able to make sure say what you want to say, you able to validate that point there before you say I'm not just open. We all get opinions then. But we let with guy for able to work together as one unit body. Now I will stop there and I will say thank you to everybody. We make them contribution. We they actually sending them questions then.
Thank you to Mr. Williams. Now we come to Madam Cole as ISEF don't listen to the callers them waiting you take on most of the callers them questions them.
Actually, me sound not been there fine. I hardly hear you waiting people let me actually they say.
Okay, so most of them just
the internet
really compliment you for the work you don't do and as you know, then say you don't stand for people you know, all this time.
Yeah, and the work is ongoing. And with all due respect, we some truths and the way they hit we hard. And one particular thing where I don't really be engaged with a lot now, the results we don't come out of the courts. And I no go just blindly support, say, every decision that comes out of our courts is fair. It go difficult for let us say that. And I have an area of huge disappointment where at Tweetbottom, we watch when Supreme Courts give their verdicts. And most of the cases, the way you go see, it's rare for let you see all the judges on the Supreme Court, you don't get a single voice where they dissent. So is that, if we criticize that thing there, I think we're in place. The matter that was brought in front of the Supreme Court was the Constitution. And as I can say, the Constitution, they're not write on Limba, they're not write on Creole, they're not write on Latin. It is written in English. And for we all were able to read English, we're able to read that 35 and 35A, we're able to read them properly. And for there not to be a single justice giving a dissenting opinion, for me, it spoke volumes. I don't stay Gandhi. But that does not mean that as a public and as a citizen of the Republic of Sierra Leone, I don't go give opinion. I think we must and we must constantly evolve. With democracy for constantly evolve. And one thing we make really go like for envy is that whichever government comes next, I hope that a complete revision of our constitution for be on the maybe on the list of 10 most important things that should be done. But if I forget really, if I'm giving my final word, it will be for all the one where they start alone, for let them go take their card. I was very, very shocked where I go take my card for discover a table full of cards. Almost as if some people don't switch off this electoral process. So if I for talk anything, I go just want for really go on my hands and knees, for really beg the people, the one that really abroad, then themselves make calls to them people and say, you don't go take your card, go take your card. I beg. Tell that neighbor, neighbor, you don't go take your own. Encourage everybody. Let one tell one. Let everybody go take their cards. There are too many cards. Last election, over 2,000 cards remained uncollected. This time around, we want to let everybody take their card. And we all, as usual, therefore continue for pray for a government of the people, with a heart for the people, and for progress in alone, and for leadership, a really good quality leadership, where we not see ourselves as enemies, we see ourselves as Sierra Leoneans. That's my own prayer, really. And I thank the one the way their compliments for me. The work is ongoing. We still go. I know they tire. Today, I go CID for a different matter. How are they going to other people and they drive and they stop me say, Mommy, call now waiting. I say no. They invite you, ma. I say no. They don't invite me. No. That's thing they go for. I tell them thank you. I tell them thank you for their prayers. I tell them thank you for their concern. And we all continue for pray for we all.
All right, Fambulem, that's na una yun Mami Cole as una di call Mami Cole.
I mean saying they call me
No,
Mami.
I said then yun Mami Cole. No, I said then yun Mami Cole, me na Madam Cole.
Then yun, okay, not to okay,
No,
okay.
me you not to Mami for me, then yun Mami Cole, me na Madam Cole, that woman. When I don't get a final word, family members them now when they come to Mr. Williams for make himself go give na in a final word for today edition. Over to you, Mr. Williams.
Yes, I want to thank you all my way to listen and way to make the contribution again. For me actually the push for the unity government and make we try for hand together and develop Sierra Leone. We need a clear vision. We don't see what's in the happen. I don't know, somebody make a comment say the government is not going to hand over to APC, but nobody know own Sierra Leone. If we're all able to come together and unite as one, me not see any reason why somebody for say they go on for sit on a power, or they don't want for hand over power to win, they lose, or if they not win. At the end of the day, we all did it as a servant for the people, to serve the people. And so me believe say we all for come together and able for people and for take on board this idea of the hybrid economic system. We get ways then for reduced prices. We don't talk say with the old on fuel prices to 14,000 per liter. We reduce the price, we go subsidize that. We also say we go open free for them. So I want to let people able to take time and read out most of the articles that were out there for make them understand fully, make people and come together. Sierra Leoneans, we get some brilliant brains then. Some of we did not tongue, some of we know they not tongue. We for able to work together. At the same time, we know say education na a massive issue back in the country. So we get for try for educate young people and make them able to look things from a different perspective and from a different lens. So we can all able to come together and gel and work together. Well, based on that, I want to say thank you to the host as well, and to everybody, Mami Femi as well, for this interesting topic we don't talk also today.
Thank you very much for where you take more time for actually talk to with this net. Just a quick one for you, Mr. Williams. The truth of the matter is, good that we see the Guardian post, the right, Sarah loaded the right, but you get for no say majority of the people them actually they read. So if you the right, you get few let even the one they say where they read, most of them don't get time for it. That's not the reality. So you actually get to make use of the videos there, them platform there, so the radio, the television, for make people actually they know waiting, because if as you don't say, you don't engage people for long term, but you be just the concern, pay attention on the print. And like I'll tell you for real, Mr. I'm not ever here until this morning we do newspaper review, and interestingly, in most of the newspaper, I bet what they do in newspaper review now, and then we catch up with most of the other things. Then what they do review, then fortunately we get the editor for that paper. They explain within this idea. So you actually get for move beyond that particular border where you've been there to, and see how best you can able for make use of some of them things that they platform there, so and they pass your message. Because I will tell you for real, if not the timing, but this idea, as people they don't say, honestly, it did down on my heart. I love the idea, and I look forward for see when we can do it. And I want to tell you for real, no lose hope, no relent, because I can remember fine one. Dr. Julius Spencer be the push for the PR system, in as much as plenty people don't like him, but they be the push for him. But you see waiting up for the PR system right now, in as much as this way out and the user now, it eliminate, pull other, whip other, smaller party, but you see say waiting in be the push for, in as much as they don't misuse the idea, but are able for achieve them. So I will tell you this, say, no lose hope. Now, as long as you get life, continue for push for them. It will happen one day. If not to this government, if not to the next government, but it will get what happen, because we say self, like me, are they in love with the idea? If not the timing, are they in love with the idea? Because I will tell you for here, the way how the responding also, nobody not going for your idea there. Not good idea. Not just the reality, not good idea. But for now, I could tell you say for now, I'm sorry, more people are not ready for that right now because of the way how the situation day. But a good one, and we look forward for let me see how best you can able for take on the campaign. Not a way you lose one, you lose two, you forget about the idea. It's a very beautiful idea, and I look forward for see where we go begin smile and say this not the Sierra Leone where we all want for see.
Okay,
thank you very
much. Thank you for the encouragement. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Continue for push.
Sure.
It could be okay one day. Salon, we all love them. Well, most of we say we love them, but we don't know if they come from my heart.
That's good.
But let me continue for push, eh? And one time you get for the face the hits na the kitchen, but not get one mat. Not to go back at you. You people the way they listen and make points to you because
well,
I see the way where they charge you so much. You talk something that when are true, but the true the way you talk it makes some people again take offense. But that's the end of their life, because the reality is that it made me bother saying the talk and like when you say, they blame person for a predicament if they put you school here. Not all man go school, but at the same time, some of who go school we not allow it to earn, and that is why we allow politicians them for use we with the one bag grace with the 5,000 euros every day, because we're not able for know what we want. No. If we know what we want, we take responsibility of we safe. Then politicians they make nonsense per way. Yeah, that is for real, and that's not what I believe. That is why I not trust in any party. I trust in my country, and I feel say when sometimes the people in the blame we not friends to the opposition, because any country inside democracy, opposition no get voice, democracy no dey. So we want the opposition then get voice. So we not friends to the opposition. That don't mean that we hate the government. And the government, anything we then do for we not to favor, not to then couple. Now we couple and then the responsibility. So we get for all them back to account for things we then they do. So please continue for push and keep pushing. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah,
thank you.
Mama Colion, or Mama Col, sorry, I mean not to by way. Mama Colion, I'm not sure I get any book talk for him. And the caller they already don't say everything. Continue for stand for the people and continue for be the voice of the people. You get forget to the hit. Then there's they talk to the people them again. Say most of the time they like for example Kamarimba anyhow we want for look up, not to the case where you get right now at the situation, but if they don't stand for people them, most times people can say hey they need talk for we, but when it comes a problem now they no more the left by the problem. We can remember now 1, 2, 3 days, 1 month we don't forget about them. The rest of the problem now you family they face up.
Yeah.
So Mama called them, in just don't give up with that area. They in just care no one about what it can go with. So please, una stand for the people. The people need una more than any other time. Especially with waiting they happen. So, we go try. We not a politician, but we go try. We go stand up, we go talk. But una, now we get forgive una back up. That is why we come. Some people then go, hey, Allah, we forget. Mama come in, but any take come. Yeah, right now we're not to the case we get, but possibly we all know the thing, the rationale behind the whole thing, yeah, a political thing, in as much as the court don't take decision, but still, we get for the think of and in voice go continue for the leave because in one of the first posts we begin tell we say President Bio the time we did as opposition I be listening president, but now no because now in fact it don't fail and we see the things them like you talk the economy right now we don't hit inflation 42 or 43%, unemployment you talk about the salary and other things them these are the issues. People need for hearing this, not to just hearing the issue. We actually need for profound solution to the issue there. So every day, okay, let's say for real, the country sick, the people sick.
All man confused.
As we sit down here, like every time we raise money for people, every time. As we talk, so we get our patients within hospital. They're amputating hand now in foot. Don't get a big waiting there. They just don't do it in and call. Not blame you. I'm not to medical somebody. But basically, in so they don't go clean them right now. For make sure say they're able to observe them and see waiting. The good thing in bone not be affected yet, but it get a lot of bacteria in food. So all of them as we did the other message don't meet we back. Thank God I remember this. One lady did na Ghana where they go do in cancer. They don't do all things. Okay, the world will be the debridement. So they don't do operation power, they don't burn the thing. Now the thing don't bust back. Now it don't stock than the Ghana, it needs money. Sad. We for standing for but me admin just to tell me say, waiting tight kitchen, tight corner. Sign up tight corner. They don't take in case one other person na America say don't take in case. So I say okay, that's good. We can stay because other people need for stay. Yeah. As we talk so tomorrow for pay college fee. This speaking in Papa don't sick, they pay for them too. Na college. Na just diploma they do. He don't pay 1 million, they no get money. Exam time na the 17. He cry no more, he cry. So pass we get for pay for and back tomorrow. So we not just they talk about politics, but with the help of we family, like this school where they talk, so pass what they talk and so we not tell we family members them, but with the help people, not to just politics. That is why we say we get for all we leaders them to account, not to favor them they do for we. They know they do we favor, not to them money them. Now we money. If some of we the tax will be in the pay, some of them no one they pay.
No.
Taking into consideration also we work, the salary will be the get and the tax will in the court. Then government official they no one they pay. Now then they get access to the money and now it's no more than they eat. So all of them things they have
free money.
We really get to stand up and make sure say we stand for our country. I can always talk say if this government don't do thing way good, then go see them. If they don't do thing way bad, then go see them. But one thing I know, anybody so far we don't use a mouth for say I pledge my love and loyalty to the country and don't promise say it will put the interest of the country above all else. Then it take in party or it take your personal interest, he put her above the country interest. It go see him. It go see him.
I don't know
how we stop or we know they go further. So one for tell una thank you. God bless una and please una think say the country can enforce. That's all we can say. We love una so much. Thank you very much guys for una joining me inside the program. We appreciate una time with me.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, good day, good night.
Okay, good night.
All right. So we get still 817 YouTube where they watch we, and on Facebook we get 289. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you now for our time. Now please not forget for share and like the program. My name is Sembe Pierre, the Freedom Fighter. Until we meet again na morning for we program tomorrow Friday. Tomorrow Friday. Tell me.
I know I watch you.
Tomorrow Friday, until we meet inside the Colores program, also they look at the different papers the way they come out in the morning. One for say God bless we country Israel, where we call we are. Until then, we love you all so much.
Family Mina by Bureka Blind from the north, the biggest warrior with the sharpest cutlass. We know they hesitate for cut any grass as long as it concern Mama Saloon in better one. The bad grass them for go. Until we meet again tomorrow. Tata, we love you now.
Oh yo, raga spice. Oh yo. plenty money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then be say youth them go smile. Look where youth them they cry. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Me have to tell them the story. Story. We make Salomon. They know they work now the country ben. Tribalism don't put we go behind. They know they work then they talk say they spend. Them go come we go run after them. For we country money. And it's how we them go one by one we go friend them. For we country money. And it's how we them go one by one we go friend them. Country banana the country it dry. Country tanga it at so smile. Then they put we on cry. Sierra Leone we hope we are. They say